So it's the day after my hair transplant. Going to talk about kind of what happened on the day. Originally, I was meant to get picked up at 9 o'clock in the morning, but they moved it to 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, I picked up my hotel, taken to the clinic, sat down with the doctor. She drew out on my head where they want to do the transplant. I kind of came here knowing that it was probably going to take 2 sessions. That was one of the things about choosing who I did. I went with Mcan. I sent my photographs to quite a few different clinics, showing my head, and they would get back to you and they say, oh yeah, 4,500, 5,000 grafts, 1 session, no problem, full coverage. Mcan and a couple other places though, which were a little bit more expensive, came back and they said, well, if you want proper density, 2 sessions. You could do 1, but it's going to look a bit thinner. I kind of liked their honesty. They could have just said, yeah, 1 session, 5,000. Some might say, well, they're just trying to get 2 out of you, but I genuinely got the feeling that they want to do as good a job as possible. So she said she wanted to do the front, the middle, and kind of leave the back, which I could get done, like she said, 6 months to a year. I'll probably leave it a year. So after that, it was up to the theatre where I got the injections. Now, a lot of people did say the injections were the most painful part, and that is definitely true. I found it pretty painful. It's a good half a dozen injections you get. It's a few seconds sting, but it feels like somebody's injecting fire into your scalp. After that though, in the extraction stage, you don't really feel anything at all. It's a bit uncomfortable lying down for so long. I got a sore back and a sore neck, had to stretch it a few times. After the extraction, that's when they put the little holes in your head where they're going to stick the new hairs in. So they did that. I had to get a couple of injections beforehand just to numb the front area. Had a little bite to eat, and then it was into the insertion, which took a good few hours. I was in about 8 hours from start to finish, so we didn't get done until about 12:45, quarter to midnight. So it was a long day. Lot of blood. Kind of expected it, I suppose, but I never really saw it, but I could tell there was a lot of blood. You could see what was going on, but I'm alright with it, so it was fine. I got about 3,600, 3,800 grafts, so yeah, pretty happy. I'm going to show you in my head in a moment what they've done and what they've left. As I said, I'm going to need this 2nd session. All in all, it was probably kind of what I expected, maybe slightly more painful, especially injections. You do feel as the hours go on and the injections wear off, it feels like hairs have been plucked. You can get extra injections if you need, but I just wanted to get it over and done with. But you know, when it's done, you know, it's better than what it looked like. So it's just really the healing process now. The next 2 weeks obviously going to be quite difficult. I've got my antibiotics, painkillers from the clinic, which I've got to take in the next few days, the shampoo and such like. I'm going back home today, and it'll be tomorrow I do my first hair wash. So yeah, pretty good. I will finish off by showing you what they've done, so hopefully you'll get a good view of this. So as you can see, they've done the front, kind of middle and left, the back area, the crown area. They shaved right back. I do have a little bit of hair there, so it will come in. I'm not too bothered. It would have been nice if they could do it all in 1 session, but as I said earlier, I'd rather, if I'm going to do this, do it right over the 2. I probably will leave it a good year before I go back, but once this grows in, you know, I can style it backwards anyway, and it's just going to be a bit of a novelty having the hair back anyway. Any questions you want to ask me, folks, about Istanbul, about Mcan or the procedure, don't hesitate to ask. Cheers.